to us. Loyal friends, partners. In fact, they are much more than that. They are our teachers and mentors, our guides and our conscience.
Я их очень люблю.
Собаки — это классно. Собаки — это наши лучшие друзья. Дюк.
And who are we to them? Just guardians? Just a hand to feed them? No. We are their whole life. Its entire meaning. In a red pine shelter, there are around 300 dogs.
Ко мне сидеть.
Белла, не смеши меня.
No two are the same, just like us. Some are joyful and face adversity with their tails wagging, and some are just looking to get your sympathy, preferably in the shape of a treat. The more we look at them, the more we see our own reflection.
Красивый такой вообще до невозможности.
The shelter is beautiful in any season. In the summer you can escape the heat of the concrete city within its green forest. In the autumn you can gaze at an endless colourful kaleidoscope of leaves. Winter gives you a charming fairy tale of snow-covered trees and frozen ponds. And spring is beautiful anywhere. Besides, what could be better for the soul than to take a dog for a peaceful mind-cleansing stroll in the forest? Many of these dogs have a long journey ahead of them to be ready to find a home, but you can help them make it. Convincing a dog to trust you and that you mean it no harm is no easy task.
This is Lucy. She has been here with us for 2 years and she is still not used to being with people. She can't walk on a leash. So a big part of our schedule is to help these dogs adapt to live alongside people. Sometimes it can take months, even years to do so, but we hope Lucy can adapt much faster. The process starts with the collar and leash wearing exercises. Then we take them out in a special cage. This allows the dog to be outside, but they feel protected and safe at the same time. This is Lucy's neighbour Adam. He helps keep her calm and helps her communicate. Adam is already trained to walk on a leash and is ready for a home.
гуляет на поводке, и в принципе он очень контактный пес и уже готов ехать домой. Вот, и мы надеемся, что Люси возьмет с него пример после того, как собака уже начинает.
When a dog has mastered wearing a collar and walks properly on a lead, volunteers opt to take them to exhibitions in the hope that they can find an owner.
At first, we just participated in exhibitions, but later we decided to establish one of our own. In the past 3 years, we have so far held 10 events which have helped us find new homes for over 80 dogs.
Red Pine Shelter is not just a place. It's not just walls and cages. It's people. It's people who truly care about its inhabitants, who support them, who socialise and teach them, who treat them, and finally, who help them look for a real home. These people are not just here for a paycheck.
Here we have a little over 300 dogs, and unfortunately many of them have lived here since this shelter was first established. At first this place had very few volunteers, therefore many dogs were still unfamiliar with people. Some have lived here for 8 years, and despite all the work we do with them, they are still wary of humans and perceive them as a threat. We work with every single dog, no matter what their issues or how isolated they have been. I have been here for 4 years, and when I first arrived, Duke had already been here for a year. Back then he didn't really like people. But with time and years of hard work, he has become a great companion dog. And now he loves human interaction and has shown his tender side. On the other hand, we have several cases of dogs that have lived here for years and who have always enjoyed human company. For example, Rivy. He came here when he was still a puppy, and he lived here for 8 years. After 8 long years, he recently found a family. He is a great example of an unfading spirit. He has adapted really well to his new family, and he loves them dearly. Challenger has been non-social for quite some time, as he got here when he was just a puppy in 2008. Yet we managed to get him walking and interacting with people despite all these years of isolation.
Unfortunately, some of our dogs depart for doggy heaven without ever having felt the touch, the joy, and the love of a real home. But there are still plenty of dogs that you can save. Taking pictures, making videos, being active on social media. All of this is an important part of the ultimate goal, to find real homes for these dogs. In this digital age, everyone can contribute to this cause.
My name is Margot and I want to stress the importance of PR activities. Many people think that in order to help the dogs, you have to come to the shelter, walk them, spend a lot of time, effort, or even money. In actual fact, you can help us by sitting at home on your computer, and that would be equally as valid to coming here in person. It's important to share information about the dogs in order to achieve our ultimate goal of finding homes for them. Instagram is a huge platform to use. People can get news and can follow certain dogs that they like. Now my Dobby is looking for a home. He got named Dobby after the character from Harry Potter because of his ears.
My name is Masashi Nomura. I'm from Japan. Now I'm living in Moscow and working in Moscow. And the reason why I came to the shelter, dog shelter, is that my daughter Mio would like to keep dog. So I'm thinking that keeping dog is very good for children. Because they learn a lot from the keeping the dogs.
We are looking for the good place we can take from a dog. My image of dog shelter is a little bit old one, because in Japan, dog shelter is a place something kind just waiting for be killed. Because there are so many homeless dogs in Japan too, but there is not a good system for adapting them to the appropriate families.
We get acquaintance with Andrei and Aliona, and we are respecting them so much. So because they are so very kind, and we cannot speak Russian, but thanks to their help.
So that's why we come here. So almost every weekend, with my husband and daughter. So now it is our custom to come here and enjoying working around here. It's very nice for us, and not only for my children, but for us, for me and my husband.
Experience here in the dog shelter is very good for us to think about a lot of things, what we should do. So therefore I'm very happy come here every weekend.
If possible, So I want to take one from street dog. Yes, and thank you very much.
Occasionally, our staff summer doggies enjoy the celebration. On an open day, lots of new guests arrive. Visitors carrying treats, what a great festivity.
Not too long ago, we started holding open days. We understood that it is often difficult for people to coordinate their time and effort with volunteers, since you can't get into a shelter without being accompanied by one of them. On these open days, anyone can come and we will be here to meet them, to tell them about the shelter, introduce them to the dogs and show them around. You can fall in love with a dog in many different ways. Some just see pictures, some come to the shelter and see a dog that is simply the one. I got Glasha after a year of volunteering. I wasn't planning on keeping a dog and I wasn't really ready for it, but after a year of interaction, I realised that I simply can't leave her there. At first look, she seems pretty ordinary and she is older in age, so she had almost zero chance of being adopted.
Today Nopper finally goes home. We have been together for 3.5 years. 2 weeks ago, finally one of my posts was noticed by a family who want to adopt her. And I hope she will be with them for the rest of her life. She has been here since 2015. She was young back then with beautiful floppy ears. But unfortunately, 3 years ago, she got in a fight and her ears were torn. This made her less attractive and that significantly decreased her chances of finding a home. But she's gentle and is ready to give all her love and loyalty to a family that adopts her.
She's wonderful.
Unfortunately, the celebration was short-lived. The next day, they returned Nopper. They said she's just a street dog. But we'll let you judge that for yourselves.
A new dog has just arrived. Her name is Manya. We know her name as she was given it before coming here. She was guarding a parking lot that was later abandoned. So the decision was made to send her here, to the shelter. At first, she looked scared and angry, but with time, she started to trust us. Now, she is friendly towards people, and most importantly, ready to find a home. Love and patience. That's always the key.
When the temperature drops below zero, things start to get difficult. Just imagine waking up to get a drink of water, but the water is all frozen.
When the temperature drops below zero, the water systems freeze. That's why the dogs eat snow. The dogs are on dried food, so lack of water could be a serious issue. If there's no snow in the winter, it can cause us some problems. We try and heat up the snow and pour it into buckets, but it only helps for a short time. When I started coming here, I got a paddock with 4 black dogs. Then I adopted a grey one as well. For some reason, black dogs don't get as much attention. Out of my original pack of black dogs, only 2 are left. Here is one of them. The second of these is going to a home soon, so this one will be left on its own. I don't know where he could be placed or how he would react to having new mates. His name is Cupcake. He is 7 years old, but he is still a child inside. Many say that 7 years old is too old to adopt, but I think it's a good age. He is always active and he loves being around people very much. I really hope that he finds a home soon. It is a mystery to me as to why such a human-loving dog is still here.
Ну да. Дай лапу. Да. Отпускай. Забирай. Забирай.
Their lives are in our hands, and their lives are too short. Don't just sit and wait for the moment, the urge to hit you. Go and find it. And there is no better place to look for it.
To seek happiness and relief, what can be more foolish? To run away from pain and grief and dress your heart in armour, to coddle it and cherish. How can we love without shedding tears and give without sacrifice? Who battles sitting in a fortress and doesn't lose one's blood in a final fight? By pain is measured any love, not by serenity and bliss. You fight with death and don't give up, although there is no chance that she will miss. But you can choose a less thorny path. There are so many different ways, without dangers for your love, so one of them you have to trace. Don't give your heart to any creature, be that an animal or man, but lock it in an iron prison, with guards, betrayal, fear and treason. And life without any pain then will be real, just mundane, so light and thoughtlessly profane, that you don't have to be humane.